Alright, my dear learners over there, this is revisionug.com. I congratulate you upon moving with us. This is our lesson number 5, and in this lesson we are going to look at eclipse. Yes, we are going to understand what an eclipse is. Alright, let us get started. So an eclipse, it is a shadow. An eclipse is a natural shadow. An eclipse is a natural shadow formed by the obstruction, yes, formed by the obstruction of the sun's light by either the moon or the earth. Yes, so once again I'm saying, or we are repeating, we are saying that an eclipse, this word is eclipse. So an eclipse is a natural shadow formed by the obstruction of the sun's light by either the moon or the earth. So when you look at this one, this is the galaxy, now this is the galaxy, right? So if this one is the galaxy, we are having very many planets, but all the planets, they are rotating or they are moving around the sun. This is the sun. Then we are having the planets, and this planet here, we are having also this. So all these planets, they are moving around the sun. Then for us, we are going to look at the earth, our planet called the earth here. Now when you look at this earth, this one in the middle, this is our sun. Then the sun has its orbit, this blue line you are seeing, this is the sun's orbit. Then the earth is rotating all over the sun's orbit. So if I take it into drawing, I can just draw my sun over here. So if this one is the sun, let me draw it when it is bigger, such that you understand it. This one is the sun. If this one is the sun, then the sun has its orbit. Now this orbit here, we are going to have the earth. Then the earth is rotating, and this is how it rotates. So it stands here, then as it stands here, then it starts to rotate around. So it keeps on rotating like this all over the earth, I mean the sun. So as it is rotating, so it keeps on rotating around the earth. The sun is what? Orbit. Remember, the sun is static, it does not move. So the earth is rotating on the sun's orbit. Then this earth also has its orbit. Then this orbit, there is also the moon. Now the moon is rotating around the earth's orbit, and then the earth is rotating around the sun's orbit. So we are having two things rotating. The earth is rotating around the sun, then the moon is rotating around the moon. The moon is rotating around the earth, and also the earth is rotating around the sun. Then at one time, these things can rotate and rotate and rotate. Then we can have during the rotation, this is our sun, and this is its let me draw its orbit when it is slightly bigger, like this one. Then we can get our earth also here, and also the earth has its orbit. Then we can get the moon. So at one time, when the sun and the moon and the earth are in a straight line, we are going to get a shadow, and that shadow is called an eclipse, because the word eclipse means to cut off. So there is one material or object which is going to cut off sun's light from going somewhere. Now when you look at this, if now the moon, they can rotate. If you look at this one, now this earth can rotate, the moon can rotate and comes here. Now when it becomes here, it means that now this moon is opaque, will prevent light from the sun from reaching the earth. Or at one other time, this moon can rotate. As it was rotating, it rotates from here, then it comes then here. Then as they are also in a straight line, whereby the earth is in the middle. So that rotation, as the two are rotating, at one time they can be in a straight line. Once they're in a straight line, we are going to have the cut off of sun's light. and that is what we call an eclipse. Therefore, due to this one, we are having the types of eclipses. Then, and there are 2 or 3. One, there is what we call the solar eclipse, and we are going to understand this one. Then 2, there is what we call the lunar eclipse. Yes, we have the lunar eclipse, and 3, there is the annular eclipse. So these are the 3 types of eclipses: annular, lunar, and the solar. Then when look at this one, when the earth is in between the moon and the sun, then this one becomes the lunar eclipse, simply because the shadow is going to be cast over the moon. And when look at this one, what is in the middle? The moon is in between the earth and the sun. Therefore, this one is going to be called the solar eclipse. Yes, it's going to be called the solar eclipse. So there are 3 types of eclipses: solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, annular eclipse. Solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, and annular eclipse. Now let us look at them into details. So here we are going to start with the solar eclipse. Now what you are seeing over here, it is the solar what? The solar eclipse. Now this solar eclipse, it is the type of eclipse that is formed when the moon comes between this is when the moon comes between the sun and the earth. And now then look at this one. Here we are going to experience the umbra shadow, and 2, we are going to experience the penumbra. Now the people in this region, they are going to experience the penumbra or the partial darkness, and people here, they are going to experience the total darkness, which is called the which is called the umbra. Now let us see how we can draw it. Or we are having our sun. Now we have our moon, and again we have our earth. So they are in a straight line. Now light from the sun is going to be cast like this one, and also light from here is going to come here. Then when it comes here, then this one is the moon, and this one is the earth here. Now what are we going to see? Now this moon is going to prevent light from reaching this region here, and because this one is very small, now it is going to form what we call the umbra region, the darkest region here, as I'm shading it so that you get to understand. Now all of this, now people in this region, they are experiencing total darkness. Then we can get also this one, the light ray coming. Remember, the rays we use arrows, and also from here getting extended to this. Then when it gets extended to that, then we are also getting another shadow like this, then also another shadow like this one, meaning that this region here, it is the penumbra region. Then this is the umbra region. Now this is the moon, this is the sun, this is the what? The earth. Therefore this is what we call the solar eclipse. Then the solar eclipse, the shadow is cast onto the earth. Then when is it caused? It is caused when the moon is between the sun and the earth. Then there is another one which is similar to solar eclipse, and this is what we call the annular eclipse. Yes, this is called the annular eclipse. Now with the annular eclipse, it is similar with the solar. The moon is between the sun and the earth, that is Sami. Now but the difference is the moon is far away from the earth. Remember, we say that this earth has its orbit. You may find that the orbit is it is not circular. The orbit is always like this. Now you may find that the moon is here. It is far away from the earth. When it is far away from the earth, then the shadow, the umbra shadow, is not going to be experienced onto the earth. Only that the earth is going to receive what we call the penumbra region. If I try to take it into the drawing here, this is our sun, then the moon is here, then the earth is going to be far away from there. Now when we are having this, then we are having the light rays here, the first ones. Now this is the what? The moon. Now, and this is the earth, the sun. Now this umbra region is going to be formed and it's going to remain in what? In space. Then we are going to get others like this. Then we also get others like this, and the earth is going to be where? To be here. Now if this one is the earth, now that the earth is going to receive what we call the penumbra region, simply because this umbra region has ended in space here. Why? The moon has been too far from the earth. Let me hope that you're understanding what I'm saying. Therefore, with the annular eclipse, the moon is far away from the earth, then the earth only receives the penumbra shadow, and the sun is just encircled with a ring. I think you have ever seen this one in space one time when we are having the eclipse. So the sun is just encircled by a ring. That is what we call the annular eclipse. All right, let me rub this one so that we get to know how to draw what we call the lunar eclipse. So another one is the lunar eclipse. So when is lunar eclipse formed? This is formed when the earth is between the sun and the moon, as you are seeing here. Now if we take it into drawing, this is our sun, then this is our earth, and the moon is very, very, very small. Now when we are having light rays, we are going to get light rays like this, and also we get these light rays like this. So like this, you have to use a ruler. Then also you are going to get others like this, then also you get others like this. Now when you get all of them, because the sun is very big, then it is going to form what we call the umbra. These are rays. Now it's going to form the umbra region. Then this is our moon. Then all of this one is going to be the umbra region, the umbra. So within the lunar eclipse, we don't have any penumbra, simply because the moon is very small. This is the moon, this is the earth, and this is the sun. So the moon is very small, and being very small, and the earth is in the middle and it's very big, so it obstructs any light from going to the moon, so it experiences only the umbra shadow. So these are, all those have been the three types of eclipses: the solar eclipse, the lunar eclipse, as you are seeing here, then the lunar eclipses. Then we are also getting what we call the annular eclipse. So the moon does not express the penumbra. The penumbra is going to be out of the moon, just the moon, all of it is going to be totally dark. Then what you have again to know before we end, this lunar eclipse occurs at the full moon. When the moon is full, that's when we have the lunar eclipse. So my dear learner, have you understood the eclipses? There are three of them: the annular, the solar, the lunar. Lunar, the sun, the earth is between the moon and the sun. Then the solar, the moon is between the earth and the sun. The annular, still the moon is between the earth and the sun, but the moon is far away from the what? And the earth, and the earth only receives the penumbra. Then the umbra region remains in a space hanging. My dear learner, have you understood the shadows? I mean the eclipses. So this is revision@ug.com. Let us get some 2 or 3 numbers in our activity to check our understanding. Remember to subscribe, share, and like revision@ug.com. Activity number 1 says, what term refers to a natural shadow? What term refers to a natural shadow? To a natural shadow which is formed when light from the sun is obstructed by either the earth or the moon. Number 2, how is a shadow different from an eclipse. Different from an eclipse. Number 3, how are the following types of eclipses formed? 1, solar eclipse. 2, lunar eclipse. Then number 4, why does the moon receive umbra shadow during a lunar eclipse? Alright, you've been a good learner. We'll meet in the next lesson. It will be lesson number 5. Keep up with the RasianEG.com.